Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my 120,000 mile update for my Giulia Quadrifoglio. But first, let's go for a drive. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. We'll get back to the driving in just a little bit. All right, so actually we're at 121,000 miles. And here's the current problems right now in the car. The thermostat went bad at around, I think, actually around 105,000 mark. And maybe before, I actually didn't realize it at first. I think it slowly got worse. Coolant temperature was so low that it was starting to affect the oil temperature, and the oil temperature would never get up to the full 3 bars. I got that replaced with Ether Supercars in Costa Mesa, and then they also helped me diagnose problem number 2, which is I still have those misfires on cylinders 4, 5, and 6. I think I may have mentioned it in my previous update. I got an initial diagnosis from another independent shop called Madness Autoworks, of course, and they suspected it was the high pressure fuel pump, but Ether Supercars determined that it was something called a purge valve. Now I'm aware of the PCV valve, which there's only one of those, but I was looking at the technical manual and there's something called a solenoid valve, and there's one for the left bank and one for the right bank, and they think the one on the left bank for cylinders 4, 5, 6 has gone bad. Something having to do with the way it recirculates exhaust, or something having to do with the vacuum system. In any case, it's doing something, causing misfires on cylinders 4, 5, and 6 during cold start mainly. When the car's up to temperature and when I'm driving it, as you saw, no check engine lights, no misfires, runs just fine. So for now, I'm sort of ignoring that problem, but I probably shouldn't ignore it for any longer, because it seems like it's making my fuel mileage suffer. The other thing I wanted to talk about this car was I looked more into the total amount of money that I've spent on this for maintenance, repairs, you know, everything from the tires to the brakes, oil changes, all that. And the total that I have now is over $25,000. Comment below if that's what you would expect for a car like this and with this high mileage. Is that what you would have expected? Or is that more, less? You have to keep in mind too that serpentine belt service on this car, because it requires many hours of labor, and it requires removal of the front bumper, the radiators, the intercoolers, the headlights. All that needs to be removed just to do the serpentine belt service. So that's a huge amount of money. I actually did get that replaced recently with Ether Supercars. I forgot to mention. That is the 3rd time that it's been replaced. I've been doing it roughly every 40,000 miles, and I think the manual says every 30 or 35,000 miles. I forget. But you know, maybe a third of what I spent has gone towards the service of that belt. So if you're daring to stretch that service interval, or if you do it yourself or take it to a independent shop that won't charge as much for labor, I think you'll save yourself a lot of money there. It's the end of an era as well. I haven't posted for a while because my father passed away last October, That's part of the reason why I haven't been uploading for a while. As you can imagine, a funeral and everything, you know, that comes with, unfortunately, with the death of a loved one. You know, you got to make sure that the rest of your family is taken care of. In this case, especially my mom. You get really, really busy with a lot of family matters surrounding a death. And of course, it was right before the holidays. So understandably, you know, uploading a video about this was the least of my worries, but I'm glad I'm getting to talk about it now. It's an end of an era for me with my dad's passing, because he was the first driver that I ever admired, that I imitated. I would obviously be in the back seat when I was younger, and you know, I would pretend that I was steering along with him when I was a kid while he was driving. He's part of the reason why I got into cars. He showed me how to do basic work on cars, even though I don't do much of it now. He was also responsible for getting me into racing, or watching racing, I should say. And it was fitting that this was my father's first and last Italian car that he drove before he passed away. So this car was already special to me, but now it's eternally special. Well, I know that was brief, and I appreciate you all for watching anyway. That's a quick update on my 121,000 mile Giulia Quadrifoglio. Here's more driving to enjoy. Thank you again.